Howdy folks, welcome to Brain Rotters. Amy Pascal, Sony president, has said last week that we were going to get a first look shown to us for Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse 2, and man, Sony did not disappoint. It was officially released tonight, so let's break down the trailer for Into the Spider-Verse 2, or should I say Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse. Stay with me. So the trailer begins with "Meanwhile in Another Universe," and this moment progresses the same way that the introduction to the Into the Spider-Verse 1 post-credit scene began, by playing eerie music and hitting us with "Meanwhile in Nueva York." Of course, we know that the post-credit scene went on to tease Spider-Man 2099, just like this trailer footage later does. Officially, we pick up exactly where the last movie left off, with some notable differences. Now, the original ending of Into the Spider-Verse heard Spider-Gwen calling out to Miles, "Miles, Miles, you got a minute?" like we see in this first look. But the first look adds floating objects around the room, and there's more color and detail that added to the portal effects, which weren't there in the same scene that closed out the first movie. You can see that Miles has his own comic book where it looks like a screenshot taken of his self that we see later in the trailer in the first universe that he falls into. You can even see the comic book noting the statement, "Now what?" essentially asking the question that we all are, teasing our curiosity of what's in store for the sequel. Now what? Another side note, it says on the comic book that he saved the multiverse. It goes without saying that is referencing the events of the first film, where Miles saved the multiverse. Now you can see that multiversal travel has hexagons that make up the pathways, but you'll remember in the original Into the Spider-Verse movie, there were no hexagons when the other spider people were launched into Miles's universe, which pays off the post-credit scene of the first movie where Spider-Man 2099 had a device that would allow him to travel the multiverse, and these pathways are a direct result of that, allowing the user to control which universe they go to instead of just being sprung into whatever universe they're being called to, of which you can see Gwen wearing her own watch here. So she meets up with Spider-Man 2099 before Miles does. You can see floating in Miles's bedroom, I do believe that is a picture of him and his Uncle Aaron, and you can see Miles still has boxing gloves. You'll remember that punching a bag was something he bonded over with his Uncle Aaron in the first one. So there's a lot of ways that Miles is still remembering Aaron for who he was before he found out that Aaron was the Prowler. Pretty cool detail. Hey, you made this far, you might as well subscribe if you're new to Brain Rotters, as well as hitting that bell for notifications so you don't miss another video just like this one. Now, I could be wrong, but this poster here looks very similar to one of the marketing posters used for Deadpool. So this could be a subtle Deadpool Easter egg, but I'm not confident of that. This picture here is of Uncle Aaron and Miles's dad. It's actually one of the marketing pieces from the first movie that seems like Sony just kind of slipped into this film very subtly. I do believe that this is one of the drawings in Miles's book. This one here is supposed to be his roommate Genki Lee. I'm not sure what universe this one is supposed to be, but I think when 2099 jumps into the picture, you can see that he punches in 928 on his watch. Earth 928 is Spider-Man 2099's futuristic universe from the comics, no doubt to bring Miles to home base to meet all the new spider people in Earth 928. You can see all throughout the trailer that the different sound effects are punctuated again like from the comics, keeping with the comic book feel that the original film had. Slow down the glitching title outro and you can see Across the Spider-Verse being flashed on the screen in more ways than just one. The trailer ends with part 1 being on the screen. Now, does that mean that this movie will be the Infinity War to whatever endgame they have cooking out for the franchise finale? Yes, it does mean that, which means we will see things go horribly wrong in the ending to this movie. So leave your theories down in the comments section below. Thank you all so much for watching. I appreciate it. If you are new to Brain Rotters, subscribe. We got tons of content just like this coming your way almost daily. Thank you again. Take care, everyone, and I'll see you guys in the comments. Leave your thoughts on the trailer.